Hi everybody, we're going to start a new unit today, and so we're going to do lesson 8-1, and that is solving a quadratic equation. Okay, so far we've been factoring, and we've been factoring polynomials. Polynomials are expressions, meaning they have no equal sign. So today we're going to start solving quadratic equations. An equation means you have an equal sign. All right, so this is what I mean. Number one, we're going to do this. Well, I'm going to give you this one in factored form. X plus 7, x minus 2. Now, we're going to make it an equation. Quadratic equations, in order to solve them, they have to be set equal to 0. Okay, so we're taking the factored form of a trinomial and we're setting it equal to 0. Now, the next step is you kind of cut it into two little problems. You're going to take x plus 7 and you're going to set it equal to 0. You're going to take x minus 2, you're going to set it equal to 0. Now you just solve each of those little tiny equations there. So we're going to subtract 7 on both sides. And so x equals negative 7. On this one, we're going to add 2 to both sides. And therefore, x equals 2. So what does that mean? Well, it means if you plugged a negative 7 in to this original factored form of an equation, it would work. It would check. You'd get a 7 on the left. You'd get a 0 on the left side as you have a 0 on the right side. If you plug a positive 2 in, you will also end up with a 0 on the left. So it all checks. So sometimes they write the solution like this: x equals, oh, that's bad. Well, that's supposed to be like that. Negative 7, comma 2. All right, so if you're doing multiple choice, you might have an answer that looks like that. But otherwise, I'm good with you just boxing the x equals, x equals. You have two values of x that could work for this, okay? All right, let's do another one. Number 2. I'm going to give you the factored form of an equation again. So 2x minus 1 is the first factor, and 4x plus 3 is the second factor. So we have two factors. We're going to set the whole thing equal to 0. Okay, so we're going to cut that in half now. We're going to set each factor equal to 0. So 2x plus 1 equals 0, and 4x plus 3 equals 0. Now we just solved these two little tiny equations. We made one big equation into two little ones. We subtract 1 from both sides, and we get 2x equals a negative 1. 0 minus 1, negative 1. We divide by 2 on both sides. We're getting x alone here. And we get x equals negative 1/2. That's one of our solutions. The other solution, well, we're going to solve the second little equation here. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. We get 4x equals negative 3. And then we divide by 4 on both sides, and you would get x equals negative 3 over 4. Now, negative 1/2 could be written as negative 0.5. A lot of times people like to put it in their calculator and get a decimal. Negative 3/4, you might be saying, isn't that negative 0.75? And yes, it is. So what might it look like as a multiple choice answer? X equals, squiggly bracket, negative 1/2, comma, negative 3/4. Close squiggly bracket. All right, let's do another one. I'm going to do two more, and then you're on your own. Okay, number 3. x times 4x plus 1 times x minus 7. So this is the factored form of a polynomial. If we write equals 0, it is now a quadratic equation. Okay. Or, it's actually a cubic equation, but same process. So here's what we're going to do. We have 3 factors. X is a factor, 4x plus 1 is a factor, and x minus 7 is a factor. Okay? We set each factor equal to 0. So we set x equal to 0. We set 4x plus 1 equal to 0, and we set x minus 7 equal to 0. Well, look, our first factor, when set equal to 0, all you get is x equals 0. That's an answer. That's a valid answer. 0 is a number. Okay, the second one, we're going to subtract 1 from both sides, and you will get 4x equals negative 1. Divide by 4 on both sides. You're going to get x equals negative 1/4. You might like to say x equals negative 0.25. That's fine also. Okay, I'll box both of them. It doesn't matter which one you write. And the last factor set equal to 0. We're going to solve that little equation. So we add 7 to both sides, and we get x equals 7. I have 3 answers now. Okay, if I were to write it, if I were to have a multiple choice answer, it might look like this. X equals squiggly bracket, let's see, negative 0.25, comma, 0, comma, 7. Okay, there's 3 answers there. That's really cool, a cubic. It's x times x times x. It's raised to the x power, the third power, which is cubic. But it's the same process, and you do need to know how to do it. All right, I'm going to make a little more room here. Okay, last one. The last one is going to be a little different. Number 4, it's x squared plus 8x plus 15 equals 0. This is not factored. Okay, you don't have your double bubbles and all that kind of stuff. It's not factored. So what's your first step? Well, in this case, your first step is to factor. Really, your overall first step is to make sure that your equation is set equal to 0. That is the first step always. This one is already set equal to 0, so we are going to factor. We need it to be in factored form in order to set each piece equal to 0. I make my x, this is my last, this is my middle. So 15 goes on the top, 8 goes on the bottom. Okay, we have 1 times 15, and 3 times 5, and 5 plus 3. Kind of made that too close, but anyway. It's 5 plus 3 is 8, and 5 times 3 is 15. So our factors are x plus 5, x plus 3. Now we have it in factored form. We split it, there's 2 factors, so we're going to split it into 2 little equations. X plus 5 equals 0, and x plus 3 equals 0. Okay? We solved those 2 equations, so we're going to subtract 5 on both sides, and you get x equals negative 5. Here we're going to subtract 3 on both sides, and you get x equals negative 3. Okay? So, do they give them to you in factored form a lot? No, they don't. So, usually the first step is check to see if it's equal to 0, and the second step is to factor. Okay? So, I'm going to give you 4 problems to try. 3 are going to be in factored form. 1 you're going to have to factor on your own. So, I'm going to pause. You guys pause after I write them down and do the problems, yada yada. Okay, so here are your 4 problems. So try these out, see how you do. Hit pause first, and when you're done, come back and check your answers. Okay, here are your answers. So, see how you did. I wrote the answers that where it was applicable. I wrote them in fraction form and decimal form so that you could make sure that you're getting them all. All right. Hey, have a great day, everybody.